I was very relieved when I went and collected my keys. A lot of young people just need to educate themselves more, I think. We are taught in school there's a certain way, you work hard, you go to work 9 to 5, and that's how you make money, but there's so many other ways.
How long did the process take between the time that you offered on it and the time that you exchanged contracts?
It took about 3 to 4 months.
Okay.
They said it would take 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
But I feel like, they had tenants in the property I bought.
Yeah.
So, they just had to get them to leave.
Okay.
And
but it wasn't a chain or anything.
No, that was one lucky thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It felt longer than what it was because obviously you really want to move in. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And so tell me about that moment when you opened the door and it was yours.
I was very relieved when I went and collected my keys. And it was like everything I'd done, it was all worth it because, I owned my own home. It wasn't, to be honest with you, even when I renovated it and it looks the way it does now, sometimes I wake up in the morning, I'm like, I can't believe I own this. So it's weird. In the beginning, I didn't really believe that I owned it.
Okay. It's a bit surreal.
Yeah.
And also you put so many years of sacrifice and compromise into your lifestyle to get it, and they were.
So I've got it now.
Yeah.
But
then you renovated it, so that was another stage. Yeah,
and I renovated it before I moved in, so it was all done within 2 months. Everything.
How was that?
Yeah, it was a lot. To be honest, it was.
Were you managing builders and tradesmen?
Yeah, so the logistics of it, getting the labourers in, and obviously if they did something wrong, which happens sometimes, getting the people to do the skimming. So you have to do everything in the right order.
But she'd never done them before.
I've never done that before, no. And I got my friends in, we was painting my living room. It was very, I discovered that painting the ceiling's very difficult. You have to have abs. So we had to do that before the floor had to be put down, and I already had someone to come in, so there was a lot of pressure to get everything done. But I managed to do it. I think it was even less than 2 months now, thinking about it.
Were there any low moments? Did you ever feel that you'd bitten off more than you could chew?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think because I was renovating, if I wasn't renovating, everything would have been fine. Yeah. But you've got to bear in mind, I used all my money up to pay for the mortgage and the deposit. I had to come up with the money. I had no money. I had to come up with the money to renovate my whole home.
Yeah.
And
how did you do it?
I don't know. At the time, it was I literally had £1 in my bank account some days. That's how it was. I paid the labourers. Obviously, that had to be cash. But with my bathroom, my kitchen, I could do that on finance. So that's how I sort of dealt with that. And then with paint, that wasn't too expensive. And then the flooring, I had to pay with that with cash. So I had to had to use my overdraft smartly and only use it for things I had to pay in cash.
Yeah.
That's how I sort of did it.
It's such an inspiring story. It really is. You've pulled off a big feat there. And I've interviewed a number of first-time buyers, and I love hearing how they did it, and particularly at a relatively young age nowadays.
Yeah.
But to do a renovation on top, all on your own, having not done it before.
Yeah.
Tell me about now. So it's all done. How long have you lived there?
In October it'll be 4 years.
Okay. Still love it?
Yeah, I do.
Did the area pan out as you hoped?
Yeah, I do like the area. I feel very homely there. I feel comfortable. And sometimes I look at homes, because obviously my wage has gone up since then and my equity and stuff. And I'm like, maybe if I move there, and I'm like, actually, no, I want to live where I live. I really like where I live, and I've made it my own little haven. Yeah. It's all bright.
Yeah. And have any of your friends managed to buy in the interim, or has anybody moved close to you?
Yeah, actually, 2 of my friends, since me buying my home, one of my friends, Jess, she bought a home a year after. She actually said to me, Grace, if you didn't buy your home, I wouldn't have. And then my other friend, she just bought land and she's building on it. So, and we're all single women as well. Can I just add? Because a lot of people buy homes with partners.
Yes.
To me, that's not easy, but it's way easier. It's half the amount of money.
Yes.
I think it's good.
It's terrific. It really is. I often find that you're a bit of a pioneer for your your generation and amongst your friends to actually make the compromises to save and to get it done. I often find that you will, to some extent, set a trend because your friends will look, Grace pulled it off and she bought a flat over there. Let's go and have a look. She's really happy. Let's go and have a look there. And you know, you found value. You've demonstrated that it's possible, and you've gone out and you've done your research and you found value. You may well now see the next raft of first-time buyers actually pushing out house prices.
And that's why when I was doing YouTube, that's why I thought I should tell people this because. Yeah, if I can do it, and I'm not the smartest person in the world, I always say, if I can do it, anyone can. And I think it's all in your mind that you can't do it or you just don't try. If you don't believe you can do something, you're not going to put as much effort to do it. And I'm always one of them people that if I want to do something, even the job I have, what I plan on doing with my future, I don't have a doubt in my mind that I can do it. So I think if you are someone that has that, it's easily done.
Well, it's not easily done, but it is.
It's not easily done, but it's doable.
I think you're absolutely right. We read so much about it's tough for first-time buyers in London, and I'm not for a minute suggesting that it's not tough, but it is possible. It's not possible to buy your first home in the area.
Yeah, buy a mansion.
or indeed in Brick Lane, you know, where you were brought up.
Nowhere,
But I was recently up in Northamptonshire, which is only 50 minutes out of Euston. 3-bed house with a garden in a nice village for 160 grand.
Oh, wow.
You know, it would take you that long to get into town from Putney.
Yeah, it's true.
Where it would cost you 700,000. More than that for a 3-bedroom house.
Yeah.
You know, so people do have to look for opportunities. You have to go searching for value.
And that's one thing that people have said on my channel. Oh, well, I want to live in this area because my friends live there, but it's like, okay, well, you can stay there if you want, but you won't be able to buy a house.
Yeah.
You have to make sacrifices with anything you want in life, no matter what it is. Like, we give up our time for our jobs to make money. Like, with this, we have to work hard to give up our time to buy a home. It's the same thing.
Looking back at what you've achieved, would you have done anything differently?
I think I would have spread out my savings. So instead of doing everything in 2 years, just save like maybe 5,000 or 6,000 per year.
Yeah.
And to me now that's nothing. But at the time when you're young, you just want to like go out all the time. And I think everything in moderation. So if you had a salary, like have a certain percentage where you put it in your savings, I would have rather have done that.
Okay, for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
It sounds to me like because you set your goal of, right, I'm going to buy a house by the time I'm 25, that actually gave you the kind of discipline.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's always good to have goals. And that's why I try and always set myself goals. And I think if I didn't have that goal, I don't believe I would have bought my home at that time.
Because you wouldn't have made so many sacrifices, you wouldn't have saved up money, it would take you a few years longer.
I probably wouldn't have thought I could buy a home, to be honest, because as you say, a lot of people throughout most like shows and stuff, they'll say, oh, it's so hard for young people to buy, they can't buy now. But if I listened to that, I wouldn't have bought.
Yes.
Because if like professionals are saying that, you're going to believe them being young. And also it's easy option not to, all right, then I won't buy a home, I'll just rent. It's easier.
You were living at home, which made it much easier to save.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so you had that support.
Yeah.
Your generation, and indeed my generation as well, we're not used to waiting for things. We don't stand in line, we don't wait on hold. You know, if you want it now, you want it now.
Yeah.
And actually buying a home, that's not possible. You do have to.
And another thing I did as well during that time is I studied a lot on like wealthy people and their attitude and what they did to get what they want. And a lot of them live like paupers in the beginning to get what they wanted. So I knew that in my mind when I was saving, I knew that this is what people do.
Yeah.
They don't live a luxury lifestyle in the beginning,
yeah.
and then later on they will. A lot of young people just need to educate themselves more, I think, on things, because there's so many ways to make money. We are taught in school there's a certain way, you work hard, you go to work 9 to 5, and that's how you make money. But there's so many other ways. And all the information is out there. You just need to search for it. And I found it on YouTube. I listened to a lot of audiobooks as well.
Any plans for the future? Property plans or otherwise?
I want to buy a second home. That is what I'm working on at the moment.
Okay.
because now I've got equity.
Yeah.
I want to take that out to buy another home. And yeah, so I'm educating myself about that to make sure it's the right decision. And then, yeah, that's what I plan on doing.
And do you think you do another project on that?
I don't know, because the thing is, the home that I plan on buying will have to be out of quite far away.
Yeah.
If it was near 100%, but yeah, if it's like in Liverpool or somewhere,
yeah,
it'll be hard to commute all the time.
Yeah. Grace, thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure talking to you and hearing your story. As I said at the beginning, it is inspiring. I think you've done fantastically well.
Thank you.
And I'm sure you continue to do fantastically well. Get that rental.
So.
Keep going.
Yeah, I will. I want to make sure I do well.